Some time back, while at the doctor's office, I noticed that the doctor was accessing my information via the computer. I asked the doctor where were the patient-client files. He stated that they were paperless and everything had been digitized. So I thought to myself, if Kaiser can do it, we can too.
Phyllis came to me, I think it was back in the beginning of 2010, and asked if we could be a digital office. And I said, most certainly. I was a big believer in the fact that we should have all of our files with us at all times and be able to use a computer to access them, index them, and use the tools that a computer allow in order to be better in court.
Prior to digital files, our clerical job was a lot of manual labor, lifting files, building file folders, applying stickers of initials and dates, and stapling and organizing file folders for the attorney.
We have a county that is about the distance from Manhattan to Boston, and we would move files physically over the extent of that location. Public defender agencies will understand the volume of cases and the stacks of cases people walk around with. When we first started with one department, that was 30 cases that was done digitally, and they weren't carrying it.
And what we wanted to do was base our system around the current business model that we already had. So we wanted to build files just the same as we did in the paper world.
In Phase 1, the iPad digitized the office by allowing attorneys access to all of their files on a single portable device while in court. In addition, the iPad allowed attorneys access to numerous other applications, email and web browsing, which effectively made their iPads their mobile office. The digital filing cabinet houses all of our digital files on a local area network server, which is accessible by all employees through their desktop computers running Windows operating system. Thus, attorneys can either work with their digital files on their desktop computers or their iPads. In this screenshot, you see the digital filing cabinet has been divided into our 3 divisions: Desert, West End, and Central.
We use an app called PDF Expert. As I mentioned before, it's $10. You get it from the App Store. And if you click on that, you can see that I'm able to replicate the folder structure that I was able to have on my Windows-based computer. Once again, the folders are separated by department, and I'm going to go into that same folder so that you can see it. That's Department S14, and see that the folder structure, once again, is broken down by date. I'm in January, and I'm going to go to the 18th again.
For me, that's the first time I'd ever seen it being done. I'd never seen an organization, again, using PDF forms, and that, I knew PDF forms existed, in our business, obviously, we know those kind of things. I've been around 20, 25 years. So yeah, I've always thought of PDF forms as just something that somebody throws out there, somebody fills it in and sends it or prints it or whatever they've done with it. I'd never seen it used in this way before, to where you were emailing it in and people were using it to then update the case management process or files. So what had already been developed really just gave us a great jumping off point for automating that process. I mean, the procedure was already done. You guys had already gone through and developed the procedures and processes, and we just provided the automation that was done in various points in the process. So it was quite unique.
Once Phase 1 was completed, all of our files became digital. The next step was to connect our digital files to our existing database in Phase 2. In Phase 2, AutoFax became the conduit by which the data contained in the annotation sheets that the attorneys filled out automatically populated the data in the existing database. Previously, Clerical had to take each and every physical file and manually enter all the information into the database. Now, approximately 85% of all the annotation sheets being sent in by attorneys are automatically processed by AutoFax without any clerical intervention.
AutoFax simplified our movement of files. We no longer had to build the file was built for us. We no longer had to transport a file to another department, it automatically moves along the computer highway. The data entry aspect of our jobs was significantly reduced due to AutoFax. The court sends over the information, and the AutoFax processes it into our database. We no longer have to type the defendant's name 3 or 4 times to get it into the system. It's automatically in there. We don't have to search for the defendant's charges. It's automatically inputted into the system, and we know it's correct because it's coming from the court's database itself. So we have to now just actually go into the file to open it. We don't have to type out the name 10 different times, and through our system, which was an older database system, it was a longer process to input that case into fax. And on the other side is when the attorneys come back from court, there's no delay in accepting their notes from their actions and notes and annotations from the file into court into the file or into our database. It's done the same day, if not instantly, through AutoFax. Okay, we're now looking at AutoFax. It's our internal web-based system to allow us to interact with our automated AutoFax system. We have a very simple home screen, but we have pull-down menus which allow our office assistants and our clerical staff to access AutoFax as they need it. For example, under case actions, there are queued cases, which are new cases that come from the court, and accepted cases, which are cases that have already been accepted into our database system. Under appearance actions, there are pending postings, which are cases that have yet to, the action of the attorney has yet to be inputted into our database system, and completed postings, which is a history of those actions from the attorneys into the database system. The last window is file actions. There's 2 windows on that. Move file, which allows us to move our existing digital folders within AutoFax, within our digital filing cabinet, and also manual creation, which allows us to input cases that may have not made it into the queue cases from the court.
Phase 3 is the last major development phase of our system, which is to choose the appropriate CRM for our organization. CRM stands for Contact Relationship Management. CRMs allow organizations to collect, organize, and analyze the data in order to make decisions to guide the organization. Phase 3 will replace our current fax system, which is over 10 years old, with an off-the-shelf product such as Microsoft's Dynamics CRM or other online alternatives such as Zoho or Salesforce. Our current database is an enterprise solution which required substantial development time and money to create and update. The advantage of the off-the-shelf products such as Microsoft Dynamics CRM is that it works right out of the box, just like any other software product like Microsoft Office. In addition, CRM applications are updated regularly so that obsolescence is not an issue anymore.
We went digital. The digital filing system mirrored our digital files, so the attorneys were able to look in the file and see exactly what they had seen had they opened up a physical file or opened up a digital file. It simplified their jobs a lot. We were able to provide them with more information that way. When we took the next step and went into AutoFax, that provided an extra step for the clerical staff, and clerical was able to free up a lot of their time to better assist the attorneys with those actual cases in court, in trial prep, redacting, transcribing, whatever the attorneys might need. Clerical was then had free time to learn those new tasks and help them with them in court.
There was always talk about the ability to do these things, and planning and looking at outside companies. How do you do it? How do you do it? I think one of the things we tried to do was keep it very simple, keep our same business structure. We started with, I think, 3 or 4 iPads, and we were able to do all of our misdemeanors here in Central because we just did it. We found ways to get it done effectively, securely, but without really changing our business process. You just have to take the leap and go for it.
We are often faced with challenges of doing more with less. So the question is, how do you improve efficiencies? You can sit back and talk about what it is that you can't do because you don't have the money, or you can just tackle the issue, find the solutions, and move forward. And in this day and age, it's time for public defender offices to move forward. You can do this.